Hello and welcome to this Fuse News special as we look at the party manifestos for the general election of 2019. First up is the party in power, the Conservative Party, and their leader Boris Johnson has pledged extra funding for the NHS with 50,000 more nurses and 50 million more GP surgery appointments a year. He's also pledged 20,000 more police and tougher sentencing for criminals, along with an Australian-style points-based system to control immigration, which would see immigrants get given points based on their wealth, their education or their state. He's also pledged millions more to be invested every week in science, schools, apprenticeships and infrastructure, whilst he also hopes to control debt. He's also pledged that he wants to reach net zero by 2050 with the investment in clean energy solutions and green infrastructure to reduce carbon emissions as well as pollution. He's also said that there will be no rises in VAT or national insurance tax. Next to the opposition, the Labour Party and their leader Jeremy Corbyn, who is investing to instigate a green industrial revolution. He also pledged £150 billion for schools, hospitals and housing, as well as free full fibre broadband for every home in the UK by 2030. He also wishes to raise the minimum wage from £8.21 to £10 for all workers, as well as to stop the state pension age rising. He also wants to nationalise key industries in the UK, such as the National Grid, the Royal Mail, as well as BT. He also pledges to instigate free bus travel for all under 25-year-olds. Now to the Liberal Democrats and their newly elected leader of July this year, Jo Swinson. She's pledged to tackle the climate emergency by making sure that we generate 80% of our electricity from renewables by 2030 and insulating low-income houses by 2025. She's also pledged to recruit 20,000 more teachers and invest an extra $10 billion into schools. She also wants to transform mental health services through training new mental health nurses. She's also pledged to build a fairer economy by providing free childcare from 9 months old and giving every adult £10,000 to spend on training and skills throughout their life. Now to the Green Party and the joint leaders Jonathan Bartley and Sian Berry. They've pledged to make electricity from natural resources and improve transportation links, as well as plant 700 million trees in the fight to be net zero by 2030. They also want to give 16-year-olds the vote and replace the first past the post system. They also are pledging the Green Life Deal, where they are trying to reverse austerity, want to fund public services, tackle discrimination, as well as ending the war on drugs and restoring our natural environment. They're also pledging to end wasteful spending on government vanity projects, as well as reforming the tax system so that the wealthiest pay their fair share. Now to one of the new parties on the block and their leader Nigel Farage. It's the Brexit Party. They've pledged to reform the voting system and abolish the unelected House of Lords. He also plans to plant millions of trees to capture CO2, as well as promote a global initiative at the United Nations. He also wants us to recycle our own waste instead of it being shipped overseas. He's also planning to abolish VAT on domestic fuel, as well as visibly increasing the number of police officers throughout the country. He's also pledging a crackdown on illegal immigration and is attempting to stop human trafficking. He also wants to prevent the privatisation of the NHS, as well as cut student loan interest. You may have also heard of two other major political parties, Change UK and the UK Independence Party. Neither of these parties have candidates contesting for seats in any of the 5 Manchester constituencies. You may want to check out their manifestos in case they are on your ballot paper at home. Now, if you thought we'd forgotten a policy of each party, then, well, we left the best till last. Yes, that is all of the policies regarding Brexit. The Conservative have pledged to deliver Brexit on the deal that is agreed with the EU on the now pushed-back leaving date of the 31st of January. The Labour Party, along with the Green Party, have both pledged to have another referendum, with the Greens saying that they will side with the Remain vote. The Liberal Democrats have pledged to stop Brexit completely and invest the money into public services, whereas the Brexit Party have said that they will leave the EU and move to World Trade Organisation's trading rules. That is all from me and this Fuse News special for now. We will keep you up to date with all of the latest from the election until the 12th of December. Bye-bye.